5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We're live. Woo! Okay, so today I'm gonna do something which I'm horribly bad at. So hopefully you guys can help me out. And no, it's nothing to do with my sexual life. Sorry, just kidding. It has everything to do with my practice and the tempo at which I practice. So here's the thing. I often speak about playing fast versus playing slow. And this is important to understand. It's a big topic, but it's even more important when you're practicing lines and phrases, because that's really when you want to be a bit adventurous and come up with something new, because the ability to build lines and phrases is pretty much what matters when you're trying to improvise. So since I love improvising and love improving my improvisation, that's a tricky one to say. Improve your improvisation today, Mr. Improviser. It's a really bad joke again. Anyhow, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play slowly today. And if I don't, give me a shout and I'll try to slow down. And I'll be, when I say slowly, I mean below my comfort speed for whatever I'm trying to play. So it can look pretty fast to you, but it has to be substantially slower than I'm comfortable playing, because that's going to allow me to be creative around that phrase. Hey there, Michael from YouTube. Okay, so let's go. So I think I'll start with the pentatonic box around the 8th fret here, and I'll be adding some extra notes. Getting hot already. Hey there, someone on Facebook. Thank you for your kind words. That's the whole plan, to inspire you guys. And here I have a sleeve. It's gonna hopefully keep me warm even though I took my sweater off. Let's try it again. You can see I'm building phrases. I'm playing these blues licks way slower than you're used to hear them, right? That's that's that one. But if I play it at that tempo, I can't come up with variations. So let's go. Okay, so considering I mess up at this tempo, that specific combination, I'm throwing in like a major 7 arpeggio substitution with a sharp 4, I would never do up to tempo, because even at this tempo I fail. So it's a great example of why this practicing is so needed. So let's try one more time. I have my blues lick, and I want to weave in this kind of thing. So, and I don't just want to find one way, I want to find various different ways, so I really master this concept. I don't just want to be like a one-trick pony, I can do one thing. I want to really be able to use this when I'm improvising. So let's do some more variation and see if it can start to feel natural. Hint, it probably won't. But I did it a few times there, so when I started doing this, that's when I was happy about my playing. My favorite guitar streamer, thanks so much, Shalon on YouTube. Is this a Fujigen? It is, well spotted. It's a Fujigen Iliad Standard, which I've done some modifications to, so I've scalloped it and done stuff like that. Okay, so let's try some more. I thought I knew, but I can't even play it at a slow tempo. So this is also an example of something that needs fixing, especially this kind of thing. That's cool, but I'm not that consistent. I want to be able to always nail those. So let's try some more. And yeah, when that happens, it's less like a brain fart when playing at this tempo. If you all of a sudden start shredding, you forgot why the hell you were there in the first place. Polar WC from Instagram, what's up? Okay, let's see if we can do this. That was pure coincidence, a little bit too fast, but it still sounded cool. If I could pull that off at a higher tempo, I think it would sound awesome. But I couldn't. I barely could do it now, so keep on practicing. Marco, shout out on Instagram. Let's do this. That was a simple one and I failed. I wanted to do these, we spoke about them yesterday, I think. That kind of thing. I couldn't even play slowly. Cool, so we have Marco, an all-time fan since 16 years ago. Enter Sandman 16 years ago. Did I teach you Enter Sandman 16 years ago? Maybe I did. That's awesome, man. Very good to see you again here, mate. So have you been following my channel for a long time? It would be interesting to know about you other, other people in the stream as well. If you've been here for a long time or you just found me or... Anyhow, back to business. Slow phrases, don't mess up. So here's what I was trying to do. I'm gonna look like the angry guitarist guy, you know, the one with the beard. I feel like that. Ah. I didn't even drop my pick. I suck at this. Okay, never give up. Whew, but now I'm exhausted. Kids, don't do this at home. I'm gonna cheat. Have some sugar. Okay, let's try one more time. If this doesn't work, I'll switch groove to something less swingy, I think. I don't know if you could hear, but when I stopped doing the outside playing and threw in some diatonic arpeggios that were in the key, it sounded very powerful. And that's what you get when you learn to elaborate, or when you learn to play around with both outside stuff and inside stuff. So I was doing these outside arpeggios. Whatever, and it sounds kind of jazzy. But then I started doing this. And that was inside, and that's more comfortable to the ears. The problem is if you only play that, it also gets a little bit boring to the ears after a while. Cool, so Gonzalo likes the stuff. I don't, Gonzalo, I don't play BB King, and these sessions are just for me jamming. I haven't played cover songs or anything like that for a long time. Addy Pale on YouTube is saying, "Sir, your tone control are wonderful. Can you share some tips on controlling our tone in playing, like when to pull mute and when to lose a sharp note maybe, and some pick angle thing?" So how do you keep the tone good? So part of it is, of course, dialing in something that works for you on your amp. But another part is playing like this and slower when you're starting out. Good tone comes from like a clean note, and a lot of people, or most of us, play too fast to hear if our notes are really clean. I'm not referring to like if the run, you know, is it clean like that? It's more like, are you really, is it really fretted at the perfect place? Are both your hands hitting at the same time? And that kind of thing. And you can only really learn that when you're practicing slowly like I'm doing now. And I've been playing for 30 years, so if you're starting out, you should play way slower than this. I think a lot of good stuff comes from practicing below your comfort speed. Jacob, follow up to what I said about playing outside and inside. So Jacob, yeah, it's a little bit more advanced than just shift down by a fret, but you can do that as well. I mean, that's a cool thing to do. If I'm playing in C sharp minor pentatonic on the 8th fret, so that works, but it's just one of many tricks. You can see that as a color, but if that's purple, then you also want to be using a little bit of green and a little bit of yellow in order to create a cool painting, because only purple doesn't help you. So think of it as finding new ways to play outside, and I've been using a whole bunch of them here. One of them is to play random dominant 7 arpeggios. I do that quite a bit. So that's like D, like a D dominant 7 over C minor. I'm tuned down, but I'm speaking about the shapes here. I also do the opposite, so move down the dominant 7. So instead of playing it up here, I could do. So yeah, diminished, same thing, you know. They all sound a little bit different. So many ways to do that. But the basic idea is, yes, play outside and then play inside. I used to think that you have to play certain jazz scales that are outside, but you know, like the altered scale, which is like a melodic minor scale, basically, that you transpose a bit. But that's really not true. You can use any scale you like and play outside. They all have different flavors. So yeah. So I'm gonna do some more. Ashcake, you really like my live stream. Thank you so much, man. Okay, so I'll do some more of that. You know what? I'm going to shift to E minor pentatonic here on the 12th fret, so it's going to be a little bit easier to see what I'm doing, maybe. So here's my pentatonic scale. Playing some blues licks. Now what I can do here, for example, is play E flat major 7 arpeggio with a sharp 4. You don't need a sharp 4, but I like it. So it gives you a totally outside sound. Check this out. Back to minor. Now let's do the outside dominant 7 thing. So it's a little bit long. I think it sounds better if you just lightly touch upon it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to another key because I hate playing in E minor. You know, I've done that so much, so let's try something else. Maybe F sharp. Now let's go G instead. Ouch, I failed. Panicky, I'm the best guitar player you've seen on YouTube. Thanks so much, man. Okay, but I really need to deliver some lines now. Feel like I'm failing. I'm gonna choose a different rhythm here. This is very simplistic, but I like it because it doesn't have any hi-hats. So you can choose yourself how much swing you want to add to it. I tried to play too fast there, so let's slow down a little bit more and let's add our outside licks now. It's a little bit too fast still, so I'm playing safer now, which I don't like. Might sound okay, but I really want to explore. Thank you, MKey from Instagram. Thank you, GNS. Nice tone. Thank you. It's the Mesa Boogie Mark 5. Pentatonic isn't the key, that's correct. It's what I base my ideas around. So when I say I'm playing in C minor pentatonic, the key is C minor, obviously, but you know, it doesn't really matter here though. I'm just thinking in terms of shapes and how I can escape the shapes. That's pretty much what's happening. Very nice, son. Thank you, Mamadou Lagasama. Okay, one more attempt, a bit slower, see if I can not fail. At this tempo, it's not acceptable, at least to me, to mess up too much, you know, or play sloppy. So let's try that again. One more time, I made it. Okay, practice on this groove. I gotta get a bit more water because I'm gonna die otherwise. CIMK from Instagram. I get a lot of string noise when I try to play fast. Haven't quite figured out how to mute the other strings while playing fast. Any tips? That's a good question, Kaneki. You need an answer to that one because I think you're blocking yourself. Because it's impossible to learn to mute the other strings when you play fast. That's the answer to your question. I know it sounds a little bit boring, but it has to be programmed when you're practicing slowly. If you're playing fast and you're not muting the strings, it's too late. But don't worry, I think a lot of players, including myself, have gone back and fixed mistakes in their playing. You know, that's something we'll have to do. But if you're watching this and can't play fast yet, then you're in a good position because you can actually think about muting when you're practicing slowly. So I mute with any part available to me, which means if I'm fretting the A string, I'm going to be muting with this part of the fretting finger, sometimes even with the tip. We're speaking about the low E string now, so that only one note rings out. I also mute the lowest string with my palm and the top string with my fingers, especially when I do like hybrid picking stuff. So I have my fingers here, so I'm ready to pick. I'm ready to pick with the fingers or pluck with the fingers, but I'm also muting before I pluck with them. So all of those things need to interact, and the only way you can get that down is to practice it when playing slowly. One more time. James Cameron, I'm here for you. wasn't very tight there. I don't know if you could hear that. I so much wanted to connect the lines that I messed up timing wise. So let's try it again. One more time. Ah! Okay, so now I have the ideas, but my brain isn't really up to the task yet. Exactly, Kaniki. I'm sorry to give you the reply you didn't want to get. Should have been more creative there as well. Maybe if I would have spoken slower, I could have come up with better ideas, and I would have a cleaner way to express myself, just as with my playing. Hint, hint. Yeah, you already got the hint. So after work, I came home and watched a little more of my live stream. Thank you so much, James. Yeah, I am digging these. I think it's the most natural way to both play and post or record. You know, I prefer recording improvised playing, and I also preferred shooting improvised videos, you know. But I'm not sure there's a place for that on social media, but whenever I get that kind of comment, it definitely encouraged me to keep on going, because it would make sense to me for me to do the things I feel most natural about. So if you guys like that as well, it's awesome. Okay, I have to try some more, because you know, I feel that I'm almost there, but it's not working. So let's try some more. I had that, what was I doing? That's what I wanted to do. Ah. Ah! not Avinavishaka. Sorry for butchering your name. I'm improvising here, but I'm trying to play really slowly. That's what we're doing. And I've done a little bit of progress now because some of these substitutions feel more natural. I know that once my brain has had a chance to digest this, it's probably going to feel even better. So you always have to kind of consider that if you don't think you're progressing fast enough, is that it really takes some time for your brain to fully grasp what you just learned. So you take some time to actually start using it. But just keep on practicing and good stuff will come. Let's see some more here. My timing died. Let's try one more time. I was doing some interesting stuff, but timing didn't keep up. Adam from YouTube. I am from Stockholm, Sweden. How you doing, man? Okay, so... I saw someone do this. Oh, that wasn't fun. Neck pickup. Oh, that's true. This sounds a little bit like bagpipes, you know. I like it. It has some kind of bagpipe vibe to it. So I'm playing the neck pickup now. Sounds pretty okay, I think, with this sound. Here's the bridge. I can do both in series. That's a pretty cool humbucker sounding. I messed up. I messed up. So both in series now. I think it's better to practice, or not better, but with this kind of playing, the bridge pickup really lets you hear exactly what's going on. Sometimes you can get a little bit easier with the neck pickup I'm playing up here. You can cover some mistakes. This is a chicken pick Bermuda. So that was way too fast, but that's also why I practice this kind of thing, to be able to eventually use these ideas at any tempo, you know. I didn't go to music school, no. I just had 1 year of private tuition here in Stockholm. Highest from Facebook. What's up? So, Marco, thank you for the great words. Marco on Instagram. I use a bit of reverb, yes. Do I have any delay now? No, no delay, just a little bit of reverb, that's it. I used Strymon Big Sky, that's what you're hearing now. Yeah, John Mayer is amazing. I don't listen a lot to his music, but the way he combines his super expressive playing with his songwriting skills and singing, that's just not from this world. But I want to do this. Okay, let's try a different beat now. Bit fast. I was supposed to play slowly and you guys were supposed to stop me. I died. Whew, cool, we got a question by Jacob on YouTube here. Hello again. Let's say you're soloing an E minor. What dominant 7 arpeggio goes with that key? I've been playing for a long time, mostly by ear, but I'm starting to get into more theory stuff. Thanks. So, the question is, I'm an E minor, what dominant 7 arpeggio can I play? So, the quick but maybe non-helpful answer is you can play any dominant 7 arpeggio depending on the feel you want. And that's pretty much what I'm demonstrating here when playing these outside concepts. A dominant 7 arpeggio is a musical passe-partout. You can use it anywhere, but you're going to get different results. Now, there is one place you can play it in E minor, and it's going to be diatonic, so it belongs to the key. And in E minor, that's going to be, let me think, that's going to be starting on the D note. So if you're an E minor, I'm tuned down by the way, but the shape of E minor here. You go down a whole step and play the dominant 7 arpeggio. That's diatonic, so that's gonna sound, perfect. But it does get interesting when you play outside of the key, so that kind of thing, And that's also what I've been doing here. That makes it harmonic minor. So from just E natural or E minor or E Aeolian, you get E harmonic minor. So we're still fairly sticking to a key now, but we can get absolutely crazy and do some jazzier stuff. So if I'm in E minor, many people would think that sounds a little bit weird, and maybe it does, but this is basically the essence of jazz. You purposely go outside of the key and play your wrong notes. And it turns out that a dominant 7 chord is pretty good at doing just that. So just to give you an example there, so you could try this on your own. If we have, as I was saying, E minor, then you would play like a C sharp dominant 7 arpeggio. Now, immediately you're going to notice that the note C sharp is not even within the scale of E minor. C sharp is like E Dorian. But as you keep going, it just gets crazier because the second note in C sharp dominant is the F note, which is certainly not in the key of E. That would make it Phrygian. And I could keep on going forever, but all of these notes are out, except for the last one, which is a 5. But that's why it sounds like this when I play it. But I can't play very well, and that's what I'm practicing here, Ow. Ouch. Okay, let's practice some more. Now you know a little bit of the background of the outside tones that I'm trying to produce here. So I'll stick to the E minor position on the 12th fret just so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing here. So I'm using that outside sound now. That was E harmonic minor. And finally, if I just play the diatonic arpeggio to E minor, it would sound so that doesn't really add much coloration. It's still cool, but it's a different story. So if you had asked me like 10 years ago, I would have just done that. But now I'm into getting more control of those outside notes. So that's why I'd much rather pick a random dominant 7 arpeggio rather than taking one that belongs to the key or using one that belongs to the key. Okay, but I'm gonna keep going in F minor now, simply because I'm sick and tired of E minor. That's for you, Gareth. So this is a little bit too fast for effective, slow practicing. Let's speed it down a little bit more, see if it's still cool. Now we have the hi-hat. So those are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still a little bit fast. This is pretty cool. This is like Dimebag Darrell style random outside playing. Let's try some more of that. This is a very cool concept, but as usual, I've found a way to play them that is too fast. So let's see if I can prevent myself from doing that now somehow. Let's do the get back to the shuffle version. Let's try that. So I'm actually going to go back to E minor. So Jacob, speak of that. Simply because when I do this, I get very lost, and E minor is the key we all know best. So let's go back to E minor, see if I can do these absolutely random notes. Okay, so there I did something interesting. I went down with like just symmetrical shapes, totally disregarding key and tonality, just doing. And then I managed to somehow go up with random two-note to string shapes, and it got really interesting there. So I'll try it again. Ah. This was hard though. It seems it might seem easy to just play random notes, but when you're so used to trying to play within a key, going outside it can be tricky. So I need to work more on that. Where are we? Oh, we've been going for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Time passes fast when you're having fun. It's pretty cool. Just asking, do you teach somewhere, sir? Thank you for the question, SD on Instagram. So I don't currently have any open spots for my Skype teaching and that kind of thing, or Zoom. But you will find that on my website, christopherdahl.com, and that's also where you find my courses, which is probably the main teaching stuff I do now, except for the social media stuff. But thanks a lot for being interested. So what groove do we have? Should we do something metal? Ezaki, good to hear from Indonesia. No plans for coming yet, but maybe sometime. We'll see. Cool. So Mike C is struggling with muting. So are you referring to like muting, like palm muting? So riffing, like, or are you referring to muting the strings? You don't want ringing. So basically noise control. Mahi, français ici. Comment allez-vous? X-Me, I do play the blues quite a bit. I've been playing some fusion blues for almost 1 hour now, but now I switched to just some straight rock stuff. I think that's going to be the last thing we practice here. It's still relevant to the topic because I'm playing this slower than usual. So yeah, noise control, that's always tricky. Yeah, we had the question earlier. I think a lot of people are just trying to, control noise when they play fast, because that's when they realize that, hey, my fast runs don't sound that good. I should fix the noise stuff. But that's not really possible. You kind of have to go back to practicing something new or just rework your technique. So this is something we've all done, to kind of learn to mute the adjacent strings at a slow tempo, because it's going to be a combination of left and right hand muting, and it's not something you can do on the fly as you're playing fast. You have to work it out when you're hitting a note. So which strings do I need to mute with this part of the finger? Can I maybe mute the adjacent upper string, so the D string in this case, with the top of my finger? And how do I deal with the two lowest strings? Well, I use the palm for that. Maybe I can support the muting of the higher or the thinnest strings by using my fingers. So at least 3 or 4 touch points. So you can't do that at a high tempo. You really have to slow down. Oh, top. The best teacher. Je vais bien. Super. Best teacher, you're too kind, man. Vous êtes trop gentil. Tu es trop sympa. I don't know. From school they taught us to be super polite, but maybe that's silly to be, It's a bit like saying, sire. I appreciate your comment. So a little bit more rock practice and we should be good to go. Okay, I'm gonna have to call today now, but this was a really cool session. It went much better than anticipated here. I think I'm gonna be able to use some of these ideas and phrases in my playing and jamming as soon as my brain has had a chance to process it, and that can take a couple of days at least. But I'll be working on it still, never giving up. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for being around and being the best possible guitarist peers I can imagine. So thanks so much for sticking around here, and I'll see you soon again. You've been wonderful. I've been Christopher Dahl. See ya. Cheers.